So once we have the M&Es, which is, I would say, the fourth step in the process, and then it's all agreed and then sent over to the contractor. Then we move on to the last bit, which is now we're just discussing about your finishes, which kind of sofas going to have, flooring, color paint.
The exact. So you've gone from theme, and now you're actually buying products and buying.
Correct.
The actual
so we've seen them in 3D.
Yeah.
It looks good. It looks great. And now we go really specific and say, this is your LVT flooring. This is your wall paint. These are your set of knives going to have in the kitchen. This is the worktop. This is the kitchen supplier, and this is the range. This is the finish for your door fronts.
Yeah.
This is your worktop. This is your splash pack, and so on. Pretty much. So we give like a complete list of items with a picture of the item, the link to the product itself, and the price for it, which should sit within the budget that we agreed
presumably,
on.
Obviously, it's like, the tiles, it's the square meterage that they need to buy, with wastage, and so it cuts down material wastage as well at that point. So they're not, you're not giving a builder, over budget, and they're going off and buying twice as many tiles as they need to, and things like that. It's quite exact.
And then another really important aspect to this, you just mentioned something which really brought this. I think I have to mention because it's quite important. A lot of people, they rely on the builder to source some of the items. Obviously, they're just there to implement the project, and I'm sure that a lot of them that they're great at what they do, but obviously can't rely on them to choose, I don't know, all the bathroom items and things like that.
Yeah,
it's the idea is for us to create the design in house, which covers the house throughout. You know, kitchens, kitchenettes, bedrooms, communal areas, paint, everything. And then you go to the builder and say, okay, this is what we have decided. This is the property. This is the floor plan. These are the renders. These are the M&Es. Please give me a quotation based on this. And please don't come 2 or 3 months further down the line tell me you haven't discussed this, because we have this how many double sockets, this how many LEDs and so on. So everything's been, in a way, has to be costed before starting the project. That's why the renders and M&Es are very important. And together with the existing project, they should go out and then assess the property and said, okay, if we're going to have to achieve this is going to be the quotation, which should be accurate before you starting the project. So basically, you have the contractor on one hand, which has like a really detailed set of drawings in hand. They can start work knowing that everything's been decided at this point. And on the other hand, you have all your suppliers basically just supply the goods. The same goes for, let's say, you might source your kitchen from Howdens, but I wouldn't necessarily rely on the design skills of that person selling the cabinets, because they don't know which kind of flooring have. They don't know the theme of the house and so on. So they wouldn't necessarily design the best kitchenette for you and so on. So everything that we will go and then sort the kitchen is going to be decided prior you going, because you're going to have some renders for the kitchens, kitchenettes, and so on.
So when you actually go to Howdens, you're showing them the
you show the renders, you show a floor plan, you show elevations of that kitchen. So you're just going to have to ask them, can you please replicate this and give me a price for this range and this color front with this worktop. So they just have to give a price just for that. So you just use them just to get the product. And we try as much as possible to, let's say, put $5,000 in a room and then to look like 15 once it's finished. So work still with budget-friendly retailers, but achieve a higher spec look, so to speak. Because nowadays we're quite spoiled with of the choice we have. You know?
So, because that leads me into, so what we're understanding is the full start to finish of, your service, but also I think just in general what the overall bracket of interior design should include for HMO developers. So from start to finish, obviously you've got those stages that you've outlined, but that's, I think, really important for everyone to be aware of, that think about making the right decisions as you go through that process.